Hi, I'm Glenn Heemstra. We're at Future in Review 2009. Today I'm talking with Alan Smith and C.Y. Kim. The company is called Vesta Health Systems. They've been selected as one of the FiReStarter companies for this year's FiRe conference. Congratulations on that. Tell me about Vesta Health Systems. What is the product and what is the problem that you're solving with this product?
Well, Vesta is actually intellectual property, and we have a demonstration of the intellectual property, which is a small device that can create very, very safe but highly, highly effective disinfectant, right? And it's economical and it's portable. So this class of disinfectant was long theorized to be very, very good, but you couldn't make it. It's actually it's a disinfectant that the human body uses in a normal reaction, like your innate immunity uses it if you have a cut. And what it is a type of electrolyzed salt, and in very low concentrations. So we think that you'll see the technology platform in all sorts of ways, but eventually you might even see it in a tap in your house. Right.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And what kinds of things would it be effective for?
Well, the things that just break the rules are you basically can take a little jar of this container and potentially you'd be able to wash your eyes with it and get rid of a viral conjunctivitis or bacterial conjunctivitis. Potentially, it looks like that should work. The common cold, you rinse your nose, you get rid of the common cold. And for, this is 2009, so the spring of 2009, everyone's thinking about the pandemic. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to nebulize it, make it a fog, and people breathe it, and it would have an effect. If someone had pneumonia, you could put a mask on them, and you could rinse your nostrils and not get the initial virus, which turns into the upper respiratory infection and causes people to get the actual condition. So it's got amazing health implications, but it actually substitutes existing disinfectants, and it's very green because you just bring water and a single salt packet, and all of a sudden you have the best disinfectant basically known to man, but it's benign. Right, so it's really, really rule changing.
And I understand that this has been in use and it's IP that comes from Korea. Tell me a little bit about the history of it.
Well, C.Y. Kim here is from Korea, and C.Y. invented the concept, and has been working with electrolyzed salt, which is if you Google electrolyzed salt, you'll see all sorts of things, and you'll see in the lower end there's some claims that can't be substantiated. This is real stuff. We have clinical studies saying that you can put this up someone's nose and that it's in vitro. It shows the numbers, right? So this is basically the holy grail of this type of technology. And CY created it. The unique aspect is are the electrodes. That, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as you look now at bringing this to market in the U.S., what are the steps that you need to take? What are the barriers you're up against, and what are the prospects that you see?
Well, we think if anything, it's almost the unsurmountable opportunity, because there's so much opportunity, and in the United States there's regulatory clearance, so dealing with the FDA, and then there's productization. We think that those two aspects have to be dealt with very carefully, and we're actually looking for funding at this conference and support for philanthropic aspects of this that we think are significant. But the regulatory clearance, if we had to choose a path right now, had to write a business plan right now, which we're not going to do for it, because it's, like I said, it's the unsurmountable opportunity. You can make mistakes very easily this early. It would be for gingivitis and for just nasal rinse. But and we'd have to decide what claims we made, because that's what the FDA deals with. But on an emergency basis, we want to talk to people at this conference and say, look, that's all well and good, but we should be forward storing units in hospitals, because the existing antivirals only reduce the amount of time you have a condition by a day. You still get the condition. This prevents you from getting the condition, right? So this is, we think you should be fogging all international arrival gates in the world, because you can drink this stuff. It's less than the chlorine that you get in tap water, right? You look at all the vectors, all the movement, fogging subways with this, if things get bad. And we don't know if things are going to get bad, but and we think there's been hundreds of millions spent on hedging, or, preventing the risk, and this is a very cheap hedge that should be explored by people who've got some power, and this conference is one of those places.
Well, it sounds like a very great opportunity and something that is going to be talked about a lot at the conference.
I hope so.
There are sessions on pandemics and what's the future related to that. So it sounds like you have a terrific potential answer in that and other areas of health. So congratulations on being a FiReStarter. I've been talking with Alan Smith and with C.Y. Kim of Vesta Health Systems. I'm Glenn Heemstra, and this is Future in Review 2009.